Our essential retail workers fronted up for work every day throughout the pandemic to ensure the needs of our communities were met. Whilst we were in lockdowns and when we were without vaccines, so many of our essential retail workers turned up to work to ensure we all had access to our necessities. They have heroically faced enormous health and safety risks for the benefit of us. We could not have gone through the most trying times of the pandemic without them. I support the SDA, the union for our retail, fast food and warehouse workers, in their campaign for a fair pay rise for our essential workers. The SDA are calling for a 5% increase to wages for retail workers from July this year. Our retail workers both deserve and need this fair pay rise. There is a cost of living crisis under the Perrottet government. Our residents are having to endure record inflation, wage cuts, rapidly increasing taxes, fines, tolls, childcare and medical costs. Inflation is at 5.1%, the highest in 2 decades, which means there is mounting pressure for households and it could hit 6.8%. If the rate of inflation continues, that would mean typical Sydney families are actually having to take a pay cut by some $6,000. Petrol is going up at over 30%, rents are rising at 13%, property prices are increasing at approximately 20%, and food and transport costs are climbing at over 12%. Our regional workers are trying to manage paying much more for childcare and their groceries while facing extreme rental costs, and the price of buying a house has skyrocketed and is in fact out of reach for so many. Interest rates have recently increased, which will only intensify the pressure on so many households. Wages have not kept pace with inflation, so real wages have actually declined, and workers have been enduring massive pay cuts. Everything is going up except for wages. Therefore, our essential workers need a pay rise by July 1 as they need to cover the skyrocketing cost of living increases. Our essential retail workers ensured our communities were looked after during our darkest days. Now it is time they receive a pay rise without delay. With the increased costs of goods, services, petrol, taxes and housing, and much more, the wages of these essential workers must go up.